Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome. And welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, today on the Ryan Awesome Show, I'll be talking about Impact Wrestling for March 2nd, 2021. Now, overall, man, this was a weak show. This was a very weak show. It felt like nothing happened on this show. The only thing that was, I guess, important was the X Division Championship contendership match, and the women's match too, I guess. And so, yeah, even though the women's match, even though the women's match, what I think the women's match never should have happened. I think it never should have happened. It didn't make any sense at all. But it was still a good match though. To end the show, it was still a good match. But like the match never should have happened. But I'm gonna get into it when we get through the show. But yeah, that was with Impact. And so before I get into the review, if you haven't done this already, hit the thumbs up. What are you waiting for? Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you'll be the first ones to know when my next video will come out. So yeah, I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. You turn on that bell so you don't miss out on nothing. And so yeah, we started off the show with a triple threat match, and the winner will be the number one contender for the X Division Championship against TJP. And so yeah, it was Black Taurus versus Ace Austin with Madman Fulton in his corner versus Chris Bay. And yeah, this is a good match, but I did not agree with the outcome. I did not agree with the outcome. And so yeah, we had Bay and Austin. They were double teaming Taurus, and then Taurus he started fighting back. He had a power slam on Bay onto Austin in the corner, and then we had a discus clothesline to Chris Bay from Black Taurus, and we had a double drop kick to Taurus from Bay and Austin. And so yeah, they Austin and Bay they went for a tope suicida on Black Taurus outside the ring, and they ended up taking him out. And we had right after they finished double teaming Taurus, they started fighting each other, Bay and Austin, and they were both using their athleticism, to one up each other. And we had Taurus, we had Black Taurus, he body slammed Ace Austin right on top of Chris Bay outside the ring. And then we had a apron DDT. It was a version of the one final beat, what Johnny Gargano does with his apron DDT. We had Chris Bay, he hit the move on Black Taurus, and Taurus he kicks out of it. And then we had a assisted delayed vertical suplex to Chris Bay. So Taurus he had Bay in the suplex position, and then you had Ace Austin. He jumped off the top rope and hit a drop kick on Bay, and Black Taurus he just hit the suplex on Bay. And then we had Black Taurus. He had a pounce on Ace Austin, and then he followed that up with a pop up Samoan drop to Chris Bay. And so yeah, that was very impressive from Black Taurus with that pop up Samoan drop. The height, the height that Chris Bay got, like he lifted this guy up in the air like really high. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then at one point we had Black Taurus. He got knocked off the out of the ring by Chris Bay, and then Bay he tried to go for his finishing move. I think he called it the ultimate finesse or something like that. And so not Black Taurus. We had Madman Fulton who was there, who was outside. He ended up tripping up Chris Bay on the ropes, and so he knocked Chris Bay off the rope. And then we had Ace Austin. He hit his finishing move. I forget what he called it, but it's like a running blockbuster. So he hit the running blockbuster on Chris Bay to win the match. And so So therefore, Ace Austin he wins the match and is the number one contenders for the X Division Championship against TJP. I did not. It was a good match, but I did not agree with the outcome. They should have gave the win to Black Taurus because they've been pushing Black Taurus a lot. He been undefeated and stuff like that. But the good thing, I'll say the good thing is that he didn't get pinned. It was Chris Bay that got pinned. But I would have gave it to Black Taurus. If I was booking this, I would have gave it to Black Taurus. Because Ace Austin, he already had a chance. He already had a title opportunity. He fought in that triple threat revolver match and he lost. And why is he getting opportunity after opportunity after opportunity when he already have an opportunity? That X Division Cup or a cup, he won a cup that gives him an opportunity at the X Division Championship. Why is he getting the opportunity if he had that X Division Cup? So I don't know. I would have went with Black Taurus because it's a fresh match. It would have been a new match because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think we already seen Ace Austin and TJP fight, and so yeah, it would have been way more fresh if it was Black Taurus in that ring with TJP. And so yeah, then that was it. That was it with the match. And so right after this we had a backstage interview, and it was Jordynne Grace and Jazz. And so this is what happened.
Jordynne Grace and Jazz, congratulations on your win last week over Susan and Kimberly. You two are now officially the number one contenders for the Knockout Tag Team titles.
That's right. You know what should have been a celebration. As we leave in the ring, we find ODB laid out.
And we know for a fact, Gia, that it was Perazo. Luckily for me, Jazz and ODB, tonight, I have a match against Deanna and...
Fire and Flavor interrupted.
Not ODB. Oh my God. What y'all should be worried about is the match y'all got with us. Because y'all ain't never going to be tag team champions when y'all don't have y'all minds on the prize.
Hello. Hello. Say that again. Kira, you seem awfully confident, but I think that you kind of forget that we're the only team you
Oh,
beat.
okay.
Was that a bird? Was that Shay? Oh my God. Actually, Jordan, I would love to drag you in the ring tonight. I would love to. But I think I would much rather watch Deanna do that instead. Maybe we should check it out ringside. I got some popcorn. You want to go check it out? I mean, I'm just saying.
Ringside. You know, Kira, I can get you the upgrade if you want the platinum package.
What? You know about the platinum package.
The platinum package. It's not ringside. It's in the ring. As a matter of fact, let's go talk to Scott right now.
Yeah.
So that we can make this a triple threat.
Oh, so she got power? She got power? You ain't got no power. What course she got? She champion. What course she got? What course she got? We gonna go talk to Scott. How about that? We gonna go talk to Scott because we are full.
And so yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, that ended up being the main event. And so it was supposed to be Jordynne Grace versus Deanna Perazo. And so I guess I see why they made it a triple threat match because you can't have Deanna Perazo lose because she's the knockout champion and champions should never lose. And Jordynne Grace, number one contender for the tag team titles, you can't have her lose either because she's number one contender. And so yeah, I guess it is kind of confusing. Like nobody can lose. Number one contenders shouldn't lose, and champions shouldn't lose. And so I guess the triple threat match, I guess it was their way out of it. Their way out of having a one-on-one match. But yeah, but at least the champion did not lose. But yeah, that was it with that. And so right after this, we had a backstage segment from Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. And so this is what happened.
Always ready. Look at you, bro. So you living the gimmick over here. Oh man, you look great. You seem like you're in a great mood today.
Yes,
Great
doing
mood.
great.
How about that podcast this weekend? Weekly purchases. I can't believe you're going all that stuff. I know what you're trying to do here. And listen, it sucks for me. I'm caught in the middle. I didn't come here to Impact to team with you, and I didn't come here to fight with you, and now it's you and Eddie, and I'm just stuck in your eye. And tonight, I'm the ref, but I gotta call straight down the middle. Down the middle? Down the middle? Yeah. How about, down the middle-ish? You know, we've known each other since we're 18, man. Come on. But if I did that, I mean, it just wouldn't be professional.
Oh. And that was it. That was it with Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. You know, Brian Myers trying to suck up to Matt Cardona because he's the special guest referee. And so you want Cardona to favor Brian Myers in this match, but Cardona says no. And so, yeah, that was it. And so right after this, we had a match. It was a one-on-one match, but it was from the women. It was Tenille Dashwood with Kaleb with a K versus Havok. And so, yeah, didn't know why this match happened either. Like weeks ago, I guess weeks ago they tried Tenille Dashwood. She wanted Havok to be a partner or something like that, and I guess that's the reason, but that's not a good enough reason why this match is happening. And so yeah, we had Havok to begin the match. She used her power against Dashwood, and then Tenille, she ended up fighting back. She had a net breaker on a rope to Havok, and then Dashwood, she took control of the match. And we had Tenille Dashwood, she hit her signature move, the taste of Tenille to Havok, and she kicked out. And then Havok, she hit a big boot on Dashwood, and she followed that up with an STO, turned it into a backbreaker, and then she turned it into a clothesline. And then we had a roundhouse kick to Dashwood from Havok. And then Havok, she tried to go for a finishing move, the tombstone power driver, and then Kaleb, he got on the rope. He got on the ring apron and tried to distract the referee. And so, yeah, so Havok, she got distracted, and then Tenille Dashwood, she ended up hitting her finishing move, the spotlight. I think that's what she calls it, the spotlight. And so, yeah, she won. She beat Havok. And so Tenille Dashwood, she wins the match. And so right after the match, we had Kaleb. He had his phone out, and he started taking pictures of Havok while she was laying down on the ground in defeat. So he started taking pictures of her and her body and stuff like that. Started taking pictures of her. And then Nevaeh, she came running out. She ran out and she attacked. She beat up Kaleb. And she took out the neck brace. She took off Caleb's neck brace, and she gave him a DDT. Right on top of the neck. And yeah, that was it. That was it with that. Did not know why it happened. Did not know why this match happened. And so yeah, right after this, we had a video. We had a video vignette from Sami Callihan. You know, taking it personal to Trey Miguel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Draw Sami Callihan who's on wheelchair. And today, we're in Toledo, Ohio, home to the Skull and Bones Professional Wrestling Academy, owned and operated by the one, the only man with zero passion, Trey Miguel. Trey Miguel and his idiot first trainer, CK3. Impact Match of the Year award. Trey Miguel did not deserve it. He is right there. Trey Miguel.
So Sami Callihan shows up.
You remember these guys? Rascals. I remember them.
MSK.
But I wonder if they remember Trey Miguel. Because they kicked him away like a bad habit because they realized he was a loser. They realized he was an idiot. They realized what I've been saying for the last couple weeks, that Trey Miguel has zero passion. Rascals. No more. Can I help you? Where's Trey Miguel? Trey's out of town. Trey's out of town?
And beat up one of the guys that was at the training school, at Trey Miguel's training school.
And that must be CK3 running training. You know what? Let's go pay him a visit.
Oh, kicked the guy in his face while he was sitting down. Hit one of the guys with a chair.
It's Tuesday, Sammy. He's a Tuesday, you know. You know what? You're right. Today is Tuesday. I knew there was somewhere I was supposed to be today, but since I'm already here, I might as well ask you this. What's on your training regimen? Are you teaching people how to be a quitter and a loser and run away like you taught Trey Miguel years ago?
You know what? I get what you're doing. You're running around, you're beating up students, trying to prove to everybody that you're the death machine or whatever you call yourself. And you're trying to get in Trey's head. You're so consumed with Trey, he's living in that head of yours rent free.
You know what? I admire you. I can see how much you love Trey Miguel. You actually care for him. And did you ever wonder that maybe the reason Trey Miguel is such a quitter is you? He sees you being a broken down, has-been, crippled, that never made anything in this business?
You know what, Sammy? I may not have the money you have, I may not have the notoriety you have, but I've given everything to this business while you just take it. And you know what, Sammy? I can't wait for Trey to show you just how much passion he has when he caves your skull in.
Oh. He attacked the old guy, the old man, and the students, the rest of the students that was in. And then sets the old man's head in a chair, try to. And we have another guy came running in, try to stop Sami.
You know what? I'm not here to hurt Beal. Sam Beal, that's your name. Yes. You are just the reason I came here. Don't look at him. Look at me. You have potential. I am here to save you from the man with zero passion, Trey. So I'm asking you. Have a talk with me. Hear me out. You know what I have to say? Go your ways, I'll go mine. Is that okay with you? Can we have a talk? Let's have a talk.
Calms the guy down, dude.
Don't worry, Trey. He's in good hands. He's in good hands.
And that was it. That was it from Sami Callihan. Man, I loved that part. I loved it. Sami Callihan, he came in Trey Miguel's training school where he trained at. Came in there and started beating the hell out of everybody. The students. He told one guy to sit down. The guy sat down and Sami Callihan kicked him right in his face. And then my favorite part, he got in that old man face. The guy that had the cane in his hand. And he just started talking trash to that guy. Started talking trash. And then ended up beating him up. And almost, try to break his neck. So yeah, man. And the trigger word is passion. Like weeks ago, Sami Callihan, he kept saying that Trey Miguel had no passion and stuff like that, and so that angered Trey Miguel. That's what angered him last week. That's why Sami Callihan. That's how he got beat up by Trey Miguel, by saying that he didn't have no passion, because you have no passion, and so the passion is that trigger word for Trey Miguel. And so yeah, man. I don't know when this match is. I think they announced it already at Sacrifice. It might be at Sacrifice. But yeah, that might be one of the matches of the night, man. Can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens next with these two. And so yeah, right after that, we had the Swingers Palace. And this is what happened.
I mean, for an illegal casino,
Yeah,
it's a good
TJP.
place to be. It's not so bad.
I've definitely seen worse. But now that we know that Ace Austin's the number one contender for my X Division title, do we have the odds on that match?
Yeah, funny thing about those odds. It's never a good idea to
Ace
bet
Austin and
against an ace.
Madman Fulton.
And this ace is about to be a two-time X Division champion.
I bet him you would say that.
Oh, did you? Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, so it's good. You think that's funny? Yeah? Oh, yeah, good one. Yeah, great.
I also bet that you would ask him that.
Did you? Yeah, well, but the only way you're beating him for that X
Chris
Division
Bay.
is the same way you just beat me with the help of Angry Boy Futon over here. Yeah, you think I need need him to win, huh?
I know you do.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Swinger, what's your policy on fighting around here?
Whoa. Are you saying that the ultimate finesser got finessed?
Oh, you damn right he did.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Didn't you give him the old what for with a kendo stick?
Lish. Well, with all the excitement, I didn't see that you were here. What are you doing in a joint like this? I don't think you want to be here. I mean,
Whoa, that's enough. That's enough. You two are not going to fight until I get odds on this. Bravo, back to the office. Get this match fizzed up right now, Daddy.
I told you this match. I need the match. Whatever. You're a guy. I'm gonna teach you some respect.
And that was it. That was it from the Swingers Palace. So we have a match next week, and it's gonna be Chris Bay versus Ace Austin. You know, because Chris Bay didn't like what Ace Austin did by screwing him over, and so that's why the match is made. And so yeah, right after this, we had a backstage. Well, we had a vignette from Violent by Design. It's Eric Young, Diener, and Joe Doering. And so this is about Diener.
Now, your words were, if I fail, I'll accept the consequences.
Yep, he did say that.
You failed.
Failed.
You lost to Jake at no surrender. Then you called him to the table because you were supposed to put him through it and be rid of him forever. And you failed again. Now the problem with failure is it makes you weak. It makes you susceptible. It makes you prone to the disease. Now we don't want that. Your eyes are open. You see clearly. But if I don't do the right thing here, if we don't do the right thing, the disease can come back. I know that you know that this has to happen.
And so he goes inside of a room, pushes him in there. And we don't even know what's going on in there. He's getting beat up. Like, what did they do to him? What did Joe Doering do to Diener? Came out and started coughing and stuff.
Get up. You know that I'm doing this because I care. You know that I'm doing this for you. I know.
They locked him into a room, closed the doors, and they both walked away. Like, and that was it. Yeah, somebody else was in there. I don't know what happened. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, but that was it. And yeah, right after this, we had the AEW paid ad from Tony Khan, the Forbidden Door Tony Khan, and Tony Schiavone. And they were talking about tomorrow's AEW Dynamite, the Crossroads. That's the theme, the Crossroads. And they were talking about the Big Show, Paul White signing with AEW. And, you know, they were promoting Revolution, promoting Revolution. And it says that, and Tony Khan, he said that everybody, you know, anyone is welcome to AEW. And so that was it with that. And so right after this, we had a video vignette from Moose saying that he will win the World Championship. And this is what happened.
I've always considered myself a world champion. For the past year, I've been carrying around the TNA Heavyweight Championship. But some people don't take take it serious. And I get it, because the company isn't called TNA anymore. It's called Impact Wrestling. So Rich Swann, honestly, my problem isn't with you. My problem is with the disrespect I've gotten the last year because I am not seen as a real world champion. To be seen as a real world champion, I have to beat the man who carries the Impact World title. And Rich Swann, that just happens to be you. I see how athletic you are. There's a difference between a talented, athletic wrestler than a 6'5", 5-star athlete, the wrestling god, Mr. Impact Wrestler. And sacrifice Rich, I fulfill my destiny. I become the new Impact World Champion.
And that was it. That was it from Moose. And him saying that he wants to be, that he will win the Impact World Championship. And man, just give the championship to him already. Give Moose the championship already. He deserves the championship. I want to see this guy walk out one day with both titles, the TNA Heavyweight Championship and the Impact Heavyweight Championship on both shoulders, man. Like Moose, I said this time and time again, Moose, he looks like a champion. He acts like a champion. He dresses like a champion. He's built like a champion. Dude, he's like that perfect wrestler, that perfect professional wrestler. He got the size. You know, he's a big guy. He can move really fast for his size. He's athletic for his size. Man, why not? Why not give the title to him? Give the championship to Moose. And so yeah, and then they mentioned on commentary, I think weeks ago, that Moose never beat Rich Swann. And so yeah, that's why he needs to win. That's why he needs to win. He's my pick to win the match. He needs to win. Moose needs to win. I said that weeks ago. Moose, he needs to win. And so yeah, man, that was it. That was it with Moose. And right after this, we had a match. It was a tag team match. And it was the Good Brothers. That's Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson, who are the Impact World Tag Team Champions. And Finjuice from New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's David Finlay and Juice Robinson versus XXXL. That's Larry D and Acey Romero and Reno Scum, who I still don't know who they are. Reno and Scum. And so yeah, nothing really much happened in this match. All Good Brothers and Finjuice, all they did was try to outshine each other. That's it. We had a drop kick to Scum from Finlay, and they started double teaming Larry D. We had the Good Brothers and Finjuice. They were arguing again. They were arguing and outshining each other. And in the heels, they took control of the match by attacking Finlay. And we had a high attack to Gallows. He takes out everybody. And we had the Good Brothers. They try to hit their Magic Killer finishing move, tag team finishing move on Reno. But they ended up stopping the move. Why? I don't know. You're in the middle of a match. And so, yeah, Reno, he rolled up Karl Anderson, so he almost got beat. And so Karl Anderson, he kicked out. And then they ended up hitting the Magic Killer on Reno to win the match. So the Good Brothers and Finjuice, they win the match. And that was it. Nothing really happened in this match. You know, the tag team division over there, it is kind of weak, man. It looked like that was their whole tag team division. The tag team division is not good. It's not. All they have is the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers and Finjuice. You had the Motor City Machine Guns. And you had Josh Alexander and Ethan Page. You had them too. But now, man, the tag team division is weak in Impact. And so yeah, that was it with that. And right after this, we had a video package. We had a video package from Rich Swann, the Impact World Champion, and his response to Moose.
Sacrifice is going to be a huge opportunity for me to solidify myself as the real world champion here in Impact. Stepping in the ring with Moose, probably one of the best athletes I've ever seen. Damn near dominated this sport. But he hasn't done the one thing, and that's really become the world champion. You see, for the past year, Moose has been walking around with a TNA World Championship that isn't even valid. He claims to be a world champion, but he's not. So this is going to be his opportunity at Sacrifice to win the real world championship. Moose, on paper, he's strong, he's fast, he has the size. But the one thing that I know that Moose does not have, that I have, is the heart and determination. The fire within. See, I've done so much to get this world championship. I fought near a close retirement, career-threatening injury, blood, sweat, and tears, surgeries, and I overcame. At Sacrifice, I will overcome again.
And that was it. That was it from Rich Swann. I think Rich Swann, that's it for him. It's it for Rich Swann. It's like Rich Swann to me, he's more like a mid card type guy to me. Like he should be going after the X Division championship. Moose should have the world championship. Give Moose the world championship so he could dominate. So he could dominate that division, dominate the whole show. And Rich Swann, to me, he doesn't come off like a world champion to me. I know people that said that, man. Like he does not come off as a world champion. Like dude come out every single week dancing. Like the world champion should not be coming out here dancing. A world champion should be serious. Always serious, like Moose. That's why Moose needs the title. Moose is way more deserving to be world champion than Rich Swann. That's how I feel, man. That's a fact, man. But yeah, it's not a knock at Rich Swann or nothing like that. It's just I don't see him as a world champion. I think Moose is way more deserving than Rich Swann. That's all I gotta say about it. And so yeah, right after this we had a match. It was a one-on-one match. It was Brian Myers versus Eddie Edwards. Oh no, I'm sorry. We have a backstage segment. It was the Good Brothers and Finn Juice. They were backstage and they were arguing.
And it was your guys' fault. You almost lost the match. You won the match because of us. You should be happy and thanking the Good Brothers for hitting the Magic Killer and saving you two. Because of us. Impact Wrestling Finisher of the Year. Maybe you two should take notes and get one of your own. Of course they do care about that. Why don't you guys go back to just being our young boys and carrying our... Oh my God! How about you do that? How about you do that? No, you know what? The only thing that we should be carrying is these Impact World Tag Team Champions. Do you think you can carry this? Wait! If that's what this is about, then let's do it for old school's sake. Let's do it for the sake of history. Juice and Finlay versus the Good Brothers at Sacrifice for the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles. And then we'll see.
And that was it. They got Gallows and Anderson to make the match, the tag team title match. And so yeah, that was it with that. I don't think Finn Juice will win. Maybe they'll win, but I don't think they win. So that match is at Sacrifice. It's gonna be Good Brothers versus Finn Juice for the Impact World Tag Team titles. And so yeah, right after this was the one-on-one match. It was Brian Myers, the most professional wrestler, versus Eddie Edwards. And the special guest referee was Matt Cardona. Always ready, Matt Cardona. And so yeah, we started off this match with a belly to back suplex to Edwards. And we had Edwards, he had an overhead belly to belly suplex to Myers. So that knocked Myers out of the ring. And so Myers, he tried to grab a chair so he could use it. And so Cardona told him to put the chair down. And so yeah, right after that, we had Eddie Edwards. He ran, jumped over Cardona, and he had a tope con hilo to Brian Myers. And then they went to commercial break. They went to commercial break after that. And we came back from commercial break. We had a suplex to Edwards. And we had a Northern Light suplex to Myers, and he kicks out. And we had Eddie Edwards hit a Blue Thunder bomb to Myers, and then Myers kicked out of that. And we had an Insecurity kick to Edwards. And then we had a flatliner to Edwards, and he kicked out of that. And we had a backpack stunner to Brian Myers, and then Edwards, he put his foot on the rope. Myers, and so yeah, towards the end of the match, we had Brian Myers, he put something in his elbow pad. He had put something in his elbow pad right in front of the referee, right in front of Matt Cardona. And so yeah, Matt Cardona, he saw it. And then Myers, he thought, he think that Cardona didn't see it. And so Myers, he ended up hitting his clothesline finishing move. To Edwards. And so Myers, he tried to go for the cover. And then Cardona, he rang the bell. He said, ring the bell. He rung the bell. And he disqualified Brian Myers. So Brian Myers, he gets disqualified. And so Eddie Edwards, he won by disqualification. Because Brian Myers, he used the weapon. And, Myers was arguing with Cardona, saying like, dude, what are you doing? And then Cardona, he was like, dude, I saw you. I saw exactly what happened. I'm not blind, dude. Like, dude, right in front of me, I saw it. And yeah, that was it. And he walked away. Myers, he walked away as Cardona was checking on Edwards, and that was it. And so yeah, with this, dude, I don't even know where they going with this storyline. Like, where are they going with this? Are we going to get a one-on-one match between Myers and Cardona? Is that it? I don't know, man. But yeah, that was it with that. I guess we'll find out next week or the week after that, like what exactly is gonna happen. And so yeah, that was it. And so right after this was an interview. I finally got the interviewer's name, Gia. I think that was her name, Gia. She interviews Deonna Perazo, who is the Impact Knockouts champion, with Kimberly and Susan. And this is what happened.
Deonna, you came here tonight expecting a one-on-one match versus Jordynne Grace. However, after what happened earlier tonight, we now know that it will be a triple threat match between you, Jordynne, and Kiera Hogan.
Let me just stop you right there, Gia, because I know what you're going to ask. Has my plan
Oh, snap.
to change? Of course it did. I expected a one-on-one match with Jordynne Grace. And now it's a triple threat. So, of course, the game plan had to change. But I'm the virtuosa. I'm a two-time Knockouts champion. Changing my game plan is exactly what I do best. And you know what? I think it's even fitting that this happens tonight because the Curator and Susan deserve an opportunity to sit front row and watch one half of the Knockouts Tag Team Champions get beat. We already know that Jordynne is distracted, Jazz is distracted. They want to know who could have laid out ODB, and they think that I did it. How dare they? We know plenty of people around here who don't like ODB. But they're right. Let's give credit where it's due. Of course I laid out ODB. I mean, that's what happens when you mess with the Knockouts champion, with the virtuosa Deonna Perazo. Tonight, Jordynne Grace and Kiera Hogan are going to find out exactly what ODB found out. What happens when you mess with the virtuosa.
And that was it. So Deonna Perazo did it. She admitted that she did attack ODB last week. And so yeah, that was it. And so next week's show, we only have two matches for next week's show that was announced. But we did have some sacrifice matches. The matches for sacrifice, the next pay-per-view. And so of course it's going to be Rich Swann versus Moose, the winner for the Impact World Championship. I'm going with Moose. And we have the Impact World Tag Team Championship match between the Good Brothers and Finjuice. And we have the X Division Championship match. It's TJP, the X Division Champion, versus Ace Austin with Madman Fulton in his corner. And that's March 13th, Saturday, March 13th. And then for next week's show, we have Ace Austin with Madman Fulton in his corner versus Chris Bay, the Ultimate Finesser. And then we have Rohit Raju and Shira versus James Storm and Chris Sabin. And so, yeah, those are the matches for next week. And some of the matches for Sacrifice. And so yeah, right after this match was the triple threat match, and it was the women. This was probably the match of the night. It was a good match. It was probably the best match on the show. But I was still confused on why it happened. But then I realized why it happened. It's still kind of confusing though. But yeah, it was Deonna Purrazzo, who was the Impact Knockouts champion with Kimberly and Susan in their corner, versus Kiera Hogan, who was one half of the Impact Knockouts tag team champions, with Tasha Steelz, who was the other half of the tag team champions, Knockouts tag team champions, versus Jordynne Grace with Jazz in her corner. And so yeah, we had Grace and Hogan. They took out Perazo, and they started the match. And then we went to commercial break right after that. So you started off the match with a commercial break. And so you came back from commercial break. We had Perazo and Hogan. They double teamed Grace. And we had a side slam to Hogan from Jordynne Grace. And we had a Fujiwara armbar to Hogan from Perazo. And Grace, she breaks up the pin. She broke up the pin. And we had a spinning slam to Hogan from Jordynne Grace. And we had Deonna Purrazzo. She locked in a Fujiwara armbar to Jordynne Grace. And then Grace, he grabbed the rope. And then we had a diving crossbody to Perazo from Hogan. And then we had a rolling German suplex to Hogan from Grace. That was very impressive. Like she muscled up Hogan. Like she had a move or something like that, and then Grace, she ended up reversing it, and she ended up deadlifting Hogan up, and she turned it into a rolling German suplex. So that was really cool. And we had a pump kick to Hogan from Perazo. And then Grace, she had a beautiful spine buster on Deonna Purrazzo. And then Hogan, she gave Grace a roundhouse kick. And then we had a rolling exploder suplex to Hogan from Perazo. And then Grace, she broke up the pin. And we had everybody that was at ringside. We had Jazz, Kimberly, Susan, and Tasha Steelz. They were fighting outside the ring. And then Jordynne Grace, she dove. She was inside the ring. She ran, jumped over the top rope, and dove on everybody. And then we had Jordynne Grace. She had a running corner elbow to Hogan. And then, Grace, she tried to go for the Vader bomb on Hogan. And so she jumped off. She jumped off the rope. And she almost hit the Vader bomb. But Tasha Steelz, she grabbed Hogan and grabbed her out of the ring. She dragged her out of the ring. So Grace, she crashed in the mat. She crashed and burned through the mat. And so Perazo came out of nowhere and just rolled up Jordynne Grace for the 1-2-3, and that was it. So Jordynne Grace, she lost, and Deonna Purrazzo, she wins. So Deonna Purrazzo wins the match, and that was it. And so Deonna Purrazzo, she was celebrating, and so Jordynne Grace, she went right after Hogan. She went not the Hogan. She went after Tasha Steelz, because she costed a match. And so they were fighting outside the ring. And everybody else was gone. I didn't see nobody else at ringside. Nobody was there. And so Deonna Purrazzo, she was by herself. And so ODB, she came out. She was running to the ring, and she attacked Deonna Purrazzo. And she beat her down. And then right after that, we had ODB. She grabbed the Impact Knockouts Championship, and she held it up in the air. And that was it. What did ODB do to become a number one contender for the championship? I don't know. I don't know. But that was it. And then they did make it official. It is ODB versus Deonna Purrazzo for the Impact Knockouts Championship at Sacrifice. And good match. But still the match it still didn't make any sense though, because nobody could lose. Champions shouldn't lose. Deonna Purrazzo wasn't gonna lose that match, and Kiera Hogan shouldn't lose either, because she's the champion. She's the one half of the Knockouts Tag Team Champions, and Grace was the number one contender. So number one contender shouldn't lose either. They should not lose either. And so They went with the safe choice. They went with the safe choice by having Jordynne Grace get pinned, I guess. Yeah, I guess, man. I guess there was their way out of it, but yeah, man, that was it. Good match to end off the show. They do have a nice women's division though in Impact. Their division is better than AEW women's division. But yeah, that was it. Wasn't all that good of a show. Impact Wrestling was, but yeah, that was it. That was it with it. And so yeah, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, man. What are you waiting for? Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Click that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video will come out. So make sure you click on that bell so you don't miss out because I'm here each and every single week. And yeah, that's it. Like this video, comment down below, tell me how you felt. Share this video with each and every single person you come across. And follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for AEW Dynamite. On Wednesday, AEW Dynamite, The Crossroads. And yeah, and that's it. And once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you missed last week's review of Impact Wrestling, the video is going to be right up here. Right up here. Make sure you click on that if you missed it. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and that's that.